we might raise that to 3/4, at the danger of getting a more monolithic system. No money shall be drawn from the Treasury, but in consequence of appropriations made by law, and a regular statement of account of the receipts and expenditures of all public money shall be published from time to time. That will be quite an undertaking, but that right there is the transparency of finance that's necessary. With the internet, I think it'd be pretty easy. But you couldn't do it in America right now. There's too many people who are making too much money because of the government money sloshing around. So. No title of nobility shall be granted by the United States, and no person holding any office or profit or trust under them shall, without the consent of Congress, accept any present, emolument, office, or title of any kind whatever from any king, prince, or foreign state. Now, if you violate that, that's treason. If you take money from a prince or a foreign state, it might be innocuous. It might be nothing. You know, it might mean nothing at all, like a senator who gets knighted because of some damn book he wrote or something like, or like Al Gore, who I think was knighted, given the Nobel Peace Prize or whatever. Congress maybe can give that a stamp of approval. They probably would. The Peace Prize for his stupid video on global warming. Nobel Peace Prize. Okay, so that's the limits on Congress. Section 10. Powers prohibited of the states. No state shall enter into any treaty, alliance, or confederation, grant letters of marque and reprisal, coin money, emit bills of credit, make any coin, pass any bill of attainder, ex post facto law, or law impairing the obligation of contracts, or grant any title of nobility. Full stop. You got that? No state shall enter into a treaty, alliance, or confederation. Fine. No state shall grant letters of marque and reprisal. Fine. No state shall coin money. No state shall emit bills of credit. No state shall make any coin. No state shall pass any bill of attainder, ex post facto, or law impairing the obligation of contracts. No state shall pass a law impairing the obligation of contracts. So private contracts are sacrosanct over legal finagling. I think that that's an important point, which probably would really do well to be flushed out under a few more sentences. I don't know off the top of my head what exactly else might be said about it. What exactly comprises private contract? I can make a contract to get somebody to murder somebody else. It's a private contract, and the state can make laws to interfere with that. So that might have to be flushed out just a little bit more there. No state shall lay any imposts or duties on imports or exports, except what may be absolutely necessary for executing its inspection laws. So that's the borders can be self-sufficient in their monetary upkeep and costs. That's the most that they can do. So taxes and imports and duties and stuff that artificially raise the price of foreign goods so that domestic goods do better, can't do it. All we can do is pay the people at the border who inspect fruit for ants or whatever you do. You know? And the net produce of all duties and imposts laid by any state on imports or exports shall be for the use of the Treasury of the United States. So the excess goes to the Federal Treasury, and all such laws shall be subject to the revision and control of the Congress. So even if they do get extra money, they're not even allowed to use it. Anything above their bottom line, their basic expenditures on these border inspection posts and stuff, anything above their bottom line goes to Congress. So they don't have any motive that does sort of give them a motive to spend. Oh, we didn't have anything left this year. Sorry, we bought new furniture for all those offices. You know, how do you get around that? No state shall lay any tax except in time of war, and then only by consent of Congress, and shall be subject to yearly review in like manner, as in like manner with Congress we saw just a bit ago. No state shall, without the consent of Congress, keep troops or ships of war in time of peace, enter into any agreement or compact with another state, or with a foreign power, or engage in war unless actually invaded or in such imminent danger as shall not admit of delay. And finally, no state may regulate commerce in its realm or commerce occurring between two or more states. So it doesn't matter where the commerce is involved and who's involved in it, they cannot regulate it. Regulate used to be, this idea came from back, the Founding Fathers used the term to mean that without being made regular, without being regulated, the random actions of the citizens at large would create chaos. So regulation was saying, you know, we don't want just chaos all the time, so the Congress has the power to make things regular. And they thought that was a good term, but now it's a dirty word, isn't it? Okay, the executive branch, the President. The executive power shall be vested in a President of the United States of America. He shall hold his office during the term of 4 years, and together with the Vice President chosen for the same term, be elected as follows. Now, it used to be that whoever was elected, then the runner-up, the next person in line, was Vice President, because they were the second choice of the people. But that was changed with an amendment back in the 1800s. Congress or an appointed subcommittee shall make a list of all the persons voted for and of the number of votes for each, which list they shall sign and certify and transmit sealed to the seat of the government of the United States, directed to the President of the Senate. The President of the Senate shall, in the presence of the Senate and House of Representatives, open all the certificates, and the votes shall then be counted. Now, that all is just a bit arcane. The world of electronics might not necessitate that it happens just this way, but so this could be tinkered with a bit. The person having the greatest number of votes shall be the President, if such number be a majority of the whole number of votes. And if none have such a majority, then the House of Representatives shall immediately choose by ballot one of them for President of the two with the most numerous votes. Now, I used to have a thing in there that said if nobody has a majority, like you may know that Hitler was elected to office by 33%, because the next party had like 28, and the next party was 14, the next party was 10, and so on down the line. The biggest party, the plurality. Well, I changed that, and I said then we're going to have a runoff election. But then I thought it's expensive. You got to have people come and vote. There's probably going to be another round of arguing. Why not, when it comes to this, just have the people's representatives choose? So that's what I've provided for there. And a majority of all the states shall be necessary to a choice. So whatever the choice is, it's a majority of the states in the Senate has to but not necessarily a 2/3 or 3/4 vote. In every case, the Vice President shall be the chosen presidential candidate's running mate. The Congress may determine the time of federal elections and the day on which they shall occur, which day shall be the same throughout the United States. Instead of putting, because in the original Constitution I think it says second Tuesday in October or something like that. No person except a natural-born citizen or a citizen of the United States at the time of the adoption of the Constitution shall be eligible to the office of President. Neither shall any person be eligible to that office who shall not have attained to the age of 35 years and been 14 years a resident within the United States. Now, about the natural-born citizen part, I don't know about that either. That might be rethought seriously. I don't know really what good it is. I don't know what good it is. I can understand why the Founding Fathers put it in there, for fear of a nation being taken over. But back then, the only type of government that there was some sort of monarchy or bloodline thing or something. So, in case of the removal of the President from office, or of his death, resignation, or inability to discharge the powers and duties of the said office, the same shall devolve on the Vice President, And Congress may by law provide